Hey, welcome to my second video blog of the Best You Revolution. Who would have ever thought it would have lasted this long? If you've read my blog post from Monday, I talked about the 5 signs of character, of strong character, and one of those was right values. And one of those values I want to talk about today because it encapsulates my whole philosophy of the Best You Revolution and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that is that this fundamental truth that we have intrinsic value. You, me, every human being on this planet, regardless of race, color, creed, you name it, we all have intrinsic value. And that intrinsic value cannot be taken from us. And because of that truth that we have intrinsic value, the whole idea of the Best You Revolution is then, how do we work that out? How do I work out that truth that I have intrinsic value and then maximize that value of who I am as a human being? And then turning around, and then how do I treat you and how do I act towards you because you have this intrinsic value that cannot be taken away from you? So you could say that the whole philosophy of the Best Revolution is the foundation upon which it stands is this truth. We have intrinsic value. And that value can't be taken away from us. So that's how we're moving forward. That's the philosophy that's guiding the Best You Revolution. And I want it to guide you. And I want it to guide me. Because we have worth and value. And as you go to work, as you go out from your day-to-day living, you'll find that that value and who you are is challenged every day. It's challenged from government. It's challenged from your place of business. It's challenged from the relationships that we have that are either close to us or just day-to-day run-ins. That value, that intrinsic value, that worth that we have seems to be under constant assault. And sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. Sometimes from people around us, even ourselves, because we've forgotten that we have worth and value as human beings. So as we move forward, and as you think about what I'm saying today, I want you to move today. I want you to move throughout this day and begin this with me with this idea, that concept. You have intrinsic value. You have worth. And not me, not anybody around you, no government, no business, no boss, no ex-friend, no stranger that you happen to meet down the street. Nobody can take that away from you. And everything that you set out to do to better yourself, to better your life, you're going to find that it's going to be challenged. But I want to encourage you, and I want you to know, and I want you to join me in that truth in believing as you wake up today and you start the day and every day that you have value and worth, and nobody or nothing, no circumstance that you find yourself in, even the bad choices we make, can take that value away from you. And so that is the fundamental truth. And I'd like to move on to the other aspect of truth that's very important, because until we grasp that fundamental idea that no matter what, we have intrinsic value, it's going to be very difficult to move to the next step, important step about truth. And that is the truth about who we are right now. And as we try to become the best us, the best you, as you try to be the best you, I try to be the best me, we have to deal with the things that aren't so best about us, aren't so good about us. And I don't think we can do that until we first accept that we have intrinsic value and worth. And that despite our inconsistencies, despite bad choices, sometimes downright mean choices, inconsistent choices, thoughtless choices, we still have value. And so as we face to become better people, we have to look at the things that need to be improved on. And I don't know what that is for you, and you obviously don't know what that is for me. We can have that discussion, and we'll have those discussions as we go, and I'll kind of tell you those things that I'm working with, and maybe you'll want to post those things you're working with. That's up to you. But we have to deal with the truth about ourselves. You know, I hear people say, well, you know, I'm happy with myself, or I'm a good person. And all that might be true, but it doesn't mean you're where you need to be. It doesn't even mean it doesn't mean that you have actualized who you are. A friend of mine once said that the enemy of the best is the good. And this is the best you revolution, not the good you revolution. Because a good you is no revolution at all, right? But the best you takes a revolution to happen. So first, I want to get back to our main point. You have intrinsic value and worth. And nothing, nobody, nowhere, no how can take that from you. Because you have value and worth, now you and I can deal with the honesty about ourselves, where we're at, where we lack, what's holding us back from being the best person we can be, that best you we can be. So I want you to think about those two things today. Number one, the fact that you have value and intrinsic worth, nobody's going to take that away from you. And because of that, that gives you a good foundation, a good strength, that despite when you look at yourself and you find things you don't like, you still have value. And because you have value, those things are working out. So join me again today, this week, on the Best You Revolution, and let's all accept truth. The truth that we have intrinsic value, the truth that there's things about us that need to change, and also the truth that we have the ability to change them. And we can help each other do that. Have an excellent day. Have a Best You day. Have a Best You Revolution day.